Hi and welcome. About 3 years ago, around this time, about 3 years ago, actually in 2022, I came to the realization that my 33-year marriage was not going to work out. I think it was about 5 years before then, probably longer than that. I I had seen so many changes, then it really just wasn't working out for us. So around this time, in 2022, we put our house on the market and started to look for somewhere else to move to. I started condo hunting, leaving a relationship that I had been in for 41 years that I really did think was going to last forever. Um, but we all have to get to a place in realization that sometimes that doesn't happen. As I've said to a lot of people, you either grow together or you grow apart. And to a certain extent, I think we had grown apart. Um, this story is not talking about, what he did or what I did or whatever. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. And was I devastated? Yes, I was very devastated because I did think it would work out. I did think that we would be prepared to fight for the relationship, but that didn't happen. But that was fine. Started looking to move and leave the marital home. It was difficult. I did have older children, so it wasn't as bad, but still was very difficult. I was struggling to accept the reality of how things had turned out. And I think we sold our house. I had found a place to move to. So we're in that space of waiting for everything to finish and packing when I found a lump in my breast. Went for various checks, biopsy, a mammogram, and got the confirmation during that time that it was breast cancer. At the time, they felt that they had caught it early, but that was not. That ended up not being the case, and I will go into the details of how everything turned out. That ended up not being the case. When I'd moved out of the house and was now living in a condo on my own, waiting for the results from my lumpectomy, I got the results that the breast cancer was found in 4 lymph nodes, and so they then had to run a load of tests. I had to go MRIs, and there was a time that they actually did feel that the cancer metastasized. So here I was, barely a month after the end of my marriage. I was being told that you need to come back next week, we're starting chemotherapy. So I went through 8 rounds of chemotherapy over 17 weeks. Very, very tough. Lots of appointments at the hospital. I was at the hospital 3 to 4 times a week, some weeks. Eventually found out that they had found more cancer. And so I had to go back for more surgery in the January with lots of complications with that. Then I did radiation, and then I had to start some new medication, which my body struggled to tolerate. And it took me about 3 months to really get into that. So in the end, it ended up being about an 18-month journey. And it was tough. I was grieving the end of the marriage. I was dealing with cancer on my own. It was a terrible, terrible time. And on my channel, I'm going to talk about it. But I'm also here to say that we can walk these journeys and come out at the other end. Um, it was a tough time. There's no way doubt about that. And I'm thankful for the fact that I'm in a job that I get really good benefits. And so I was going to a lot of therapy. I was going to therapy sometimes twice a week for an hour. And it's the 18 months to, no, more than 18 months, actually, 2 years plus of therapy that helped me realize that, there is light at the end of every dark tunnel. And as depressed and as an upset as we are in these situations, we can rebuild. Navigating life's challenges is never easy. And it takes a lot of willpower, it takes a lot of determination. And honestly, if you had told me at that time that I was going to be able to do this, even I didn't think I would. But here I am 3 years later to tell you that you can do this. And I want to walk you through it and show you how I did it and give you advice and support and encouragement all along the way. So I'll be sharing lots of videos talking about my journey, talking about the cancer journey. It was tough. I don't have videos to show you of me with no hair, me crying my eyes out. I don't have that. I'll be telling you about what happened because, to be honest with you, I am here because I was able to get through that time. But I got through to the other end, and I can tell you now that I'm much happier now than I was. I have been more happy in the last 18 months than I was the last 10 years in my marriage. So I'm here to encourage you and to tell you that you can do this. And as tough as it seems now, as hard as it seems now, as impossible as it seems now, you can do this. So I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel and hear my story and hear the advice and support that I can give you to navigate life's challenges. It is never easy. I never ever thought that I have to be starting again at age 58, that I'd be walking through cancer on my own at age 58 and 59. But I did it, and I'm here, and I'm standing, and I'm happy. So please continue to follow me, hear my story, take my tips and advice, and we'll go along on this journey. You take care.